whole products, particularly in the beginning, in the first 3. In fact, I look at the first 5 products because that's what the majority of what the bag has is, right? Because the products are going to go in descending order from whatever you got most in there, right? So the first 5 products, if you're seeing 3 whole products, for me as a kibble, automatically that's an eye opener in the good sense. If you're seeing only 1 whole product, that's one of these.
Yeah, it's surprising how many of them don't even have 1 whole product.
Yeah, when you see
popular ones,
when you see no whole products, and they're talking meal, and I told you guys, whenever you see meat, meal, it's not specifying chicken, lamb. You could be feeding cat to your dog. You don't even know it because it's roadkill. And AAFCO will permit it. And if you think I'm lying or you want to fact check me, by all means, check it out. AAFCO, AAFCO. Look it up. Look it up. It's allowed through AAFCO, through the FDA, because it's all being cooked. All right. So here we go with that duck. What was it again? The salmon and duck fowl. Here we go. Duck, good. Duck meal, chicken meal, sweet potatoes. We're going to talk about this here in a second too. Sweet potatoes, peas, pea what? Go to the other pea flour. Okay, and then chicken fat mixed with tocopherols. All right. So that the peas and pea flour. Leave it over there. Leave it over there for a second, Kyle. Yeah. That pea and pea flour along with the sweet potato. All right. I love sweet potatoes and I do feed them to my dogs. But they do have carbohydrates. If you have a dog that's having issues with yeast, this stuff right here, sweet potatoes will feed it because it's sugar. It's got starch. Not as much as regular potato because it does have a level of fiber in it and other nutrients, but it's still going to do it. Peas, you could bet your bottom dollar is going to feed your yeast. That's what it's going to do. And pea flour, it's going to feed the yeast possibly even more, right? Because it's so refined and processed. The minute it hits the bloodstream, it's feeding the yeast immediately. Now, go to the beginning, Kyle. So we got duck and duck meal and chicken meal. So duck, that's a good plus. Then duck meal and chicken meal. And then what makes it go downhill is not even the sweet potatoes as much for me, is the peas and then followed by pea flour. Like right up in there as far as your 5th ingredient. If I had to grade this as a kibble, this would be a C. It's not a C plus. It's a C to me. It's not a D minus. It's a C. It's a survival bowl. It kind of tries to fake you out because the first ingredient is duck, and then they're putting these other 2 meals next to it. That gives you the illusion like it's meat, like the duck. But we know it's the leftover, right? Yeah. Then the sweet potato, if it would have been followed by something else, like maybe, I don't know, fish oil or something else, it would have changed the grade altogether. But it's followed by peas and then pea flour. So I would just give it a C. Overall, I take it back. Overall, as a feeding, it's a C. As the kibble, it's a C plus. It's there. It's a little bit more than That's about it. Coach Karen is saying horse meat is popular too. She's right. In fact, I did a video here a while back talking about the history of kibble. There was a point in time, the first kibble that came out, or actually it was a can. It was called kennel rations. And they were actually feeding horse meat, which I have no issues with feeding horse to my dogs. And Adam Field says, good evening, Bully fam. What's up, man? Hugo Rosado saying 100% facts real. Raul, great info, brother. What do you think of the raw infused Merrick brand kibble I serve as a filler? Hold on a second. We got Freddie Estrevia. How's it going, Miss Fredia? Happy Monday. What's going on, Miss Fredia? It's Sunday. What's going on? Miss Fredia has a hangover from Mother's Day. That's what's happening. Treasure Seeker, great info. What do you think of the raw infused Merrick brand kibble I serve as a filler? I think any kibble, as long as it's not like the one I showed earlier, Pedigree, which had BHA in there, first ingredient, whole grain ground corn, that sort of thing. As long as it's not off the board like that. If it's something like you just showed me now with the duck, then it could serve as a filler. Why not? But when I say a filler, right, I'm talking about a little quarter cup.
Yeah. 25% of the meal's weight.
Not even, Mike.
Not even that.
No, I'm thinking in my mind a 65-pound dog, like my girl Sunshine, right? So my girl Sunshine over here, where you at, Sunshine? Where you at? All right, so little old Sunshine over here, right? Little old Sunshine over here, she's getting a little quarter cup of kibble, right? But majority of her, by the way, she's champion Sunshine, soon to be accompanied with a champion little old Blueberry over here, right? Who just champed out. We're still waiting for a certificate. Hey, BKC, if you're listening, make sure to hurry up and send it. Can't wait to show it to everybody. But yeah, she's getting a quarter of a cup of kibble. And then, we're putting through the grinder chicken. What we started doing now is we're taking the skin off of the chicken, right? Why give the dogs the extra omega-6? When I peeled the skin off of the chicken, when you look at the chicken, it still has portions of fat on it. We try and trim as much of it as we can. And so she's getting that. She'll get either, peas and carrots or, sweet potatoes. Now, somebody that's watching me may think, and I've had it happen before, well, wait a minute. Didn't you say it's feeding yeast? No. Here's where you got to listen and pay attention. My dog is not suffering from yeast. I'm feeding her the sweet potato. If I see signs of her having yeast, you got to realize I live in Southeast Texas, one of the most humid areas in the country. In addition, it's been raining quite a bit, so it's more humid than normal, plus hot. If I see her pick up anything, we're cutting down the sweet potato. We're going straight to broccoli and green beans. And that's how we're going to run with it. Or leafy greens. I could go with, kale or spinach. You just got to be careful because they can cause kidney stones. Annafield says, I hate kibble, but what would you recommend for a dog with chicken allergy? So we've spoken about this at length, Adam Fields. Does the dog truly have a chicken allergy, or is he allergic to chicken, supposedly chicken kibble? If the dog is really allergic to chicken, then feed it another protein source, whatever you can afford and whatever can be sustainable. I'll just keep it at that. Alpo used to be horse aid. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Happy Sunday, guys. All right, Miss Fredia. Christina, Raul, I was so sad. I thought I was going to get to see him yesterday. And love on Lil Blueberry. Yeah, no, Lil Blueberry, he's gonna go. He's gonna go back again. He's just back over here with us, getting our lovings here for a little bit. But he'll be jumping back in the ring here soon. John says, I'm hearing a lot of people talking about value pack. So, John, Kyle, do me a favor. Can you look up value pack? Every time I come on a live, everyone and their sister is talking about value pack. I have never once picked up a bag of value pack.
I don't even know where they sell it at.
I was just going to tell you, John, if you can please drop where value pack is bought. It sounds like Members Mark type of deal where you can only get a Sam's Club. It might be one of them deals. I can tell you already the name value pack already has me skeptical. I'm not even going to lie.
Somebody had
Wanna
asked
be
about
effective.
Rachel Ray earlier too, and I know we're not looking it up, but just to testify to that, we used it at one time, and just so happened I was like, yeah, let's try it as a filler, right? And immediately we got all these warning calls from Sam's. They recalled them all across the country. There was dogs that I want to say lost their life. I don't know, remember if it was salmonella or what it was, but it was big enough where they recalled it across the country, and then Sam's didn't carry it for a while. So,
wow. Well, good for Sam's to have done that.
We didn't even get into recalls, Raul, and scare everybody about Kibble all the way around.
No. Freddie is saying definitely chicken. I've tried every way to determine exactly what it was. Can't have any part of the chicken. Finally figured that out. It was a long road to figure out. Okay, that's fine. We could try turkey. We could try beef. We could try pork. We could try lamb. I don't know. I'm thinking of some rabbit. We could try anything else. All right. So do me a favor. Go ahead and zoom in on the ingredients, Kyle. So we're already going downhill. I can already see it. Let me move this.
That's it. That's all you getting, bro. I can't get any closer.
All right. So so I'll zoom in here on my end. First ingredient, pork meal, source of glucosamine and chondroitin. So notice they throw that in there, right? But it doesn't defeat the purpose that is pork meal. Then we jump straight into chicken fat. Then we have ground whole grain corn, whole sorghum, ground whole soft grain, wheat, chicken byproduct. Okay, so let's just stop it here.
Terrible. I'm glad he brought this up, because this is the thing that I see all the time. You hear somebody talking, oh, we're always hearing about this kibble. Let's check it out. And then it's trash.
It's garbage. And overall, I would grade that a solid D-. And as far as that's as far as overall feed. As a kibble, it's a D+.
Yeah.
I just don't even weak kibbles can take that one out pretty consistently. So that's what I got for you. We're going to be hitting more videos this week. We just dropped a video on chlorhexidine ear cleaning. Make sure to watch that if you haven't. Also, make sure to watch the playlist that goes with that, which will show you how yeast is being fed from inside of your dog. A lot of people are like, why do I want to watch that? My dog doesn't have yeast. Well, this could be true. But systemic inflammation doesn't only affect yeast. It can affect reproduction. If you're a dog breeder and you're female and getting pregnant, that might be a reason. It can be affecting your dog's other organs internally. It could be affecting your dog's joints. It could be affecting your dogs in many ways. And a lot of times, you're not going to pick up on it until your dog is somewhere around 5 or 6 years old. And that's when you really need to stick your hand in your pocket. So let me bring in Kyle over here.
Byproducts can also be really bad for dogs' fertility.
Oh, bro, all that stuff, man, that's just a moneymaker. That's really not for dogs to consume. Hollywood, set us off, man.
It's your boy Hollywood Holland, your boy in the back at the queue. We're catching you on the next one.
Michael Higginson.
Money Mike, man, with Creek Bank Kennel out of Arkansas, your co-host with the most. We'll be catching you on the next one.
Guys, I hope you were able to learn something. I hope you were able to learn that kibble, no matter how good it is, usually doesn't rate any higher than, say, a C+ as an overall feeding. And C is survival bowl status. Just letting you know. If you want more information, make sure to tune into this channel. Tune into us every Sunday going forward at 7 p.CST. It's been Raul from the Q. I'll be catching you on the next one.
We are going for a whole hour. Straight dog talk and the song. Jump on in and speculate. Show up on time, don't be weak and late. We are community, so don't hate.